What up, dude? Welcome to the Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Networks. It's the Friday Free for All, or Free for All Friday. You know what it is, people. We live with you, baby. It's the oh my goodness. I'm so excited to welcome Sewell to the Detroit Lions. We got that and so much more. We're going to go over and look at some of the other players. We're going to take your questions. You know, you got some dessert with your man Curt for the day, and we're just so excited. But first, let me bring in, as like he does to me, the guy, the host with the most, Jim Bordeau.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. All right, let me run down a little bit of the chat real quick just for now. We got North End Ken, who just upgraded to being a gold member. We really appreciate that. Big West Kivinen is here. John Kapler is here. Let me go down the list. Just going down. CJ is here. The Dern. What's up, man? What's up? Dr. Detroit. The doctor is always in. And we got Nick Burke here. Let's start getting some of these comments up here. Imagine if we drafted Tevin Jenkins. I don't think we're going to do that, but boy, that'd be something else. Brian Stover's here. Smitty Cell 119 is here, or 19 is here. I'm sorry. We got all this going on right now. But before, without much further ado, we have the queen of the Prowl, social media goddess.
Hey,
Valerie Bordeau is here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Man, you guys rocked it out last night. I'll tell you what, with that draft. So I'm happy for you guys.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Hey, it's Free for All Friday, people. You never know who might stop in, so just stay tuned. But we got to get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
Let's get it going.
Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. What's up?
Okay, we know the big story of the day, and we know we got to recap it for you guys because we kind of missed out on you guys last night if we didn't get to you. What do you guys think about the Lions' first round draft pick, Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon? I think for me, it was the smartest and the best pick for the Lions in the first round of the draft.
I thought it was amazing. I am so happy this morning. I've got a nickname for him now. It's called the Samoan Smasher, and we're going to get him in there. He's going to maul some people, and we're going to start to have a run game, and this thing is coming together. This build is coming together, people.
Yes, man. Did you happen to see his presser after the draft? I caught it. He's ready. He's fired up. He's ready to smash him, hit somebody in the mouth already. He's ready to go. He's ready to bite some kneecaps. So I'm glad that he is ready to go. And you just look at him. He was athletic prowess. The guy's so young too. He's only 20 years old. The guy won the best lineman award at 19? Oh, it's ridiculous, man. I mean,
it's
the guy
crazy, isn't it though?
He's super talented, and he said he'll play wherever they put him. But Brad Holmes and his presser last night, I stayed up. I was up. I watched it. My son had me up late, and it started like at 12:30 or something. And Brad Holmes said he is going to compete at the right tackle position. So he's not coming in to replace Taylor Decker at the left tackle. He's coming in to play right tackle.
Absolutely. Miles Gibbs asked, how's your sister doing? She's still sick, still pretty badly sick, but she's not in the hospital, so that's a good thing. Greetings, KZoo, man. Good morning, old-timer Dave. Tristan, what's up, man? Dr. Detroit, what up, Doe? Brian Stover, defense today. Defense or wide receiver? I'm not so sure. You don't go wide receiver in the second, safety in the third. What's going on, squad? What's up, D-Map? Zoom. All right.
Crazy Lions fan. One pride all day. What up, baby? What up, baby? All right. Dr. Detroit said he watched you guys on TV, couldn't reply. Hey,
that's all right. Thank you, man.
Yeah, that YouTube TV gets you, man. I do mine the same on mine. Awesome pick. Thanks, Old Timer. Old Timer Dave hung out with us last night. We appreciate
he got
him
to
hanging.
be on the show.
Hugged tight with us late into the night last night. I mean, that was great. Plus pick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome, amazing. Miles Gibbs, man. Dolo Dot, I ain't seen you in a while.
Yep. Justin Fields was there.
Thank God he stayed there too. I'm glad we didn't take him. I'm glad that that's Valerie's headache now.
Hey, Valerie Bordeaux, what do you think about your Bears pick? We just talked about that. And DMAP Zoom is asking you, what do you think?
Well, I'm not mad at it. But I pretty much almost expected that the Bears were going to try to trade up for a quarterback since they've been trying to do that all off season. I was kind of a little shocked by it at first, but then again, I kind of feel like the Bears are repeating their same mistakes again by getting a quarterback and not addressing the O-line. So here's where another quarterback comes to die.
Comes to die. Well, you have Ronald McDonald. He'll probably be starting. Andy Dalton.
Oh, like we all said, this is how it's going to go, people. Red Rocket's going to come in. He's going to fall out about game 3. Justin Fields is going to come up on 5, get squashed, and we ain't got nobody.
But you still got Nick Foles on the roster. Nick Foles is still there.
Nick Foles is still nursing a boo-boo from last year.
Not the boo-boo.
Not the boo-boo.
Not the boo-boo.
That's funny.
I'm surprised that, to be honest with you, that Chicago did not go offensive line. Just as I was surprised that Cincinnati didn't go offensive line, but they wanted to reunite, that college that quarterback with his college teammate. But think about this: 3 quarterback wide receiver tandems reunited in the draft last night. I think it's the first time this ever happened in a draft where you had 3 quarterbacks get their 3 wide receivers from college. You got Joe Burrow getting Jamar Chase, and then you got Jalen Waddle going to reunite with Tua down there in Alabama, in Miami, and then you got Jalen Hurts reuniting with Devontae Smith in Philly. I mean, that is crazy.
That is crazy. It is crazy what's going on. Facebook user says, and if you're a Facebook user and you're in our Facebook chat, could you please put your name in there as well? Because we don't know who it is. It just shows up this way. An entire generation of Lions fan has never seen our team with a viable running game. That ended last night at pick 7, top 5 NFL O-line in 2021 and beyond, I would say. Beyond.
Number 2 picks, best player available. Linebacker Notre Dame is still available, Jim. That's the guy. We can't pronounce his name.
J-O-K.
J-O-K. And here's my deal with that. It's going to be interesting at the top of that second round. It's a lot of players out there. You got Jock out there, Tevin Jenkins, his North End can't put them all out there.
Jenkins is interesting. He's still on the board.
Trevor Mooring, the safety. Christian Barmore, the big defensive tackle out of Alabama.
Big dude.
Landon Dickerson, Elijah Moore, Terrence Mark. I mean, it's a plethora of picks out there. I mean, the talent. You look at the end of the first round, and I was like, oh man.
I'm gonna try, guys, but man, we can't keep up with the chat today. We're gonna do the best we can.
Yeah.
So if we don't mention you, we're really sorry about that going forward. But man, there's a lot of people here. We're very happy to have you all here.
Thank you so much for joining in today. We really appreciate that.
Sub Z Trap Boys Entertainment. Miami always takes the receiver at the wrong spot all the time to give others better players. Thank you.
Well, and I think them, and I think Cincinnati. Okay.
Jabril Cox, please. The memes with Dion will be endless. I'm sorry. That happened last week. And I'm not sure if Dion's going to be on this week. It was pretty late last night, so I don't know.
Could you imagine what Barry could have done with we've talked about that repeatedly. I think Barry Sanders still would be running if he had the line that out there had out in Dallas out there.
Let's call the O-line the Motown Maulers.
Hey, There you go.
Like it. I like it. I've got a nickname for Penei Sewell too, the Samoan Smasher. I'm just trying to get that out there.
You know what, Perry Ball? I have to agree with that. I would like a little more depth maybe later on in the draft or some undrafted
like a guard.
Yeah, guard. Some more. Yeah, I would say that. Yes, I agree with that 100%.
Just go take Tevin Jenkins, put him in as a guard, and then
because I have a crazy feeling that Stenberg's not going to be on the Lions.
I got that feeling as well.
Something's telling me he's not going to be there. John Townsend says, solid pick. Happy Bengals and Dolphins let him fall to us. Mobby's reaction to us passing on Fields and then him going to the Bears was hilarious. O-line set for a decade. Love it. You know what, though? He's going to get people. I never understood the love affair for us for a quarterback. I just don't understand it. We already have enough money tied up in the quarterback position already. This is not going to be a fast build. It's going to be a foundational build. You build it through the trenches like we've already done. We've talked about this last night. They built the trenches on the defensive line, bringing back Romeo Okwara, trading for Michael Brockers, signing Charles Harris. And then you go in and draft Penei Sewell. That's both sides of the lines have been addressed this offseason. Already.
Yeah, I don't see us trading Decker. I think Decker's right in his prime, and he's right where he should be. I think Decker's pretty good. He's gotten better. I have no idea why you would trade him.
Yeah, why would that? I wouldn't trade. Coach Mike, OMG, it's Lions Talk. He says he'll be back tomorrow. We look forward to seeing him tomorrow afternoon for right here on our channel, holding it down with the rest of the Detroit Lions on the Prowl family. Tonight we're
on JMO's channel, 313 JMO for the DSA. We'll be on there tonight at 7 p.m. for the NFL draft. And if you haven't subscribed to him yet, go do so.
He got some great content. With Vitae, maybe the Samoan
tsunami.
I
like that. I forgot about Vitae.
You know what though? You know what?
I don't think he's great, but I'm saying just the name is really, really great.
With the Honolulu Blues.
Oh, jokes.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing the Lions doing the haka out on the field. All these Tennessee, all those guys, man, they can get a good haka going on right there. Trust me, I've seen it up close and personal, man. That is a sight to see.
This is actually a really good question by the Dern. What defensive scheme do you think we'll be running? At this point, I still think we're running a 3-3-5 with the edge defenders on the sides. That's pretty much what they did with the Rams. I think that's what we're going to run, but we definitely could run some 4-3 with the defensive line we have. What do you think, Curt?
I believe that a whole hard 100%. Either scheme could fit. You look at the 3-3-5, that is probably going to be the most advantageous for the personnel that we have. But, we'll see. You could definitely run a 4-3. You have a couple of linebackers that could fit that scheme. So, you can put multi-models. I love it. You can put the other core brother at an outside linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just one of those things where it's doable either scheme. So, it's going to be one of those things. Whatever Aaron Glenn thinks what fits best for the players.
Could be a 4-2-5.
That's what we're going to do. I believe that wholeheartedly. Aaron Glenn is one of those guys that he already says what fits our players best is what we're going to run.
I like D Original's thing here. I love his name. D Original. I like that. Yep. I think you're going to get your wish in the next round. I think that wide receiver is a high value pick and linebacker. And in the second round, third round, I think we're taking a safety. That's where I think the safety falls.
I'm with one pride in thinking that we take a safety.
We're going to take a safety, but I think we're going to take him in the third round. I don't see the value.
I'm saying second.
Okay,
second.
Mooring's good. I'm just, I'm not sold on anybody.
Now that one safety that's out there, coming from, let me see, make sure I'm saying his name right.
I like Holland too.
Trevor Murray, the safety out of TCU, big guy, 6'2", 202.
He's a big dude. He can thump too.
Big fella. But the one guy that I see that's out there that we haven't really talked about, I don't think he got. Did he get drafted last? Zayvon Collins. He didn't get drafted last night.
Zayvon Collins got drafted last night.
Did he? Okay.
Yep. He's
Zayvon
gone
Collins.
already.
All right. So
I like Terrace Marshall too. I think he's
Yeah.
a pick that was somebody I really thought we could take in the second round. Jabril Cox as well.
Jabril Cox is a guy out there. I like him as well.
Wide receiver for
Call him
Carolina.
from now on, so we can avoid that old Dion controversy.
Yeah, we can say his first name.
Yeah, you gotta say his first name first. You just don't say his last name. You just don't say his last name by itself. That's it. Yeah,
Jamar Johnson's a safety in the third. I like Holland's a safety in the third. I like Zayvon Collins went way too high. I do agree with you. I do agree.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown, I believe is his name.
Yeah. So we're looking at safeties. We got Elijah Malden out of Washington. Jamar Johnson is the guy out of Indiana. We're not talking about him. Richie Grant.
Richie Grant, that's the other guy I was thinking of.
Richie Grant.
But Richie Grant, couldn't he? Yeah, he might be able to go second. I think if we don't get a linebacker or wide receiver, we trade back in the second round. But I also think we could trade back in the third round and get some more picks. I do believe we're going to trade back at some point to get more picks.
I think so.
We
too.
nailed the first round pick. What a steal. Yes, the Samoan smasher. That's what I'm calling him. Penei Sewell. Ooh.
And if you guys weren't watching us over there on Belly Up to see our reaction, because we were on when the Dolphins made their pick, and as soon as they said Jalen Waddle, we all started celebrating.
We were like, yeah.
Right? Then we were like, yeah, baby. It was just unbridled. I mean, joy. If you looked at how we celebrated, it kind of like looked at if we could have been around each other, it probably would have been like the Lions draft room where they're all hugging each other and everything, fist bumping and chest bumping. You see that joy that they had. You haven't seen that around Detroit. I mean, think about this: how they reacted in their draft room when they picked Penei Sewell. We haven't seen that kind of, and they hadn't even won anything. So, I mean, they just to be able to get that pick, the draft room was just bananas. Brad Holmes was in there, turned up, chest bumping. I think
he almost mauled that one dude.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I mean,
he carried him to the back of the room.
I think he almost knocked over Sheila. Sheila was, oh Lord, she's trying to hug because she's so little. I mean, I was happy.
She immediately goes back to her phone so she doesn't get mauled a second time.
Yeah. So
Nico Collins. I love me some Nico Collins. I do too. I agree with this.
I do. I like that.
That was the Raiders. They always reach. Yes, they do.
For
famous
Leatherwood,
for
he was
but
graded
I
as
liked him though.
I like Leatherwood, but I don't think he wasn't graded as a first round tackle. I think he was graded like second or third round.
Yeah, I think we should be thanking Burrow as well for them getting chased. And you know what? That could be a great thing for them. But I love the way we got that. Mooring, JOK, Elijah Moore, Terrace Marshall, Jabril Cox or De'Ami Brown. We have so many choices, but we picked 41st.
Yeah, we picked 41st.
It's a ways. All those players could be gone by the time we get there, but I don't think so.
It's like out because we moved down a little bit, so that's not what we picked in the first round. Well, I was like,
I don't like that at all. I don't know why that happens to us.
313 JMO in the house. What's good, y'all?
What's good, 313 JMO? What's up, man? What's up, man?
J-Mo?
We're gonna be on his channel tonight. Make sure you go over there and subscribe to 313 JMO.
Yeah,
hit everybody up with the channel in the chat so that they can get to your channel to subscribe so they can be on there for tonight.
Yes, definitely. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button on the video. We really appreciate that. 41st is only 8 picks.
He's right. He's right. It's still we were 7th last time. So
yeah. You guys. Okay, go ahead.
You guys realize we took advantage of an opportunity? We never do that.
you know what though?
One Pride 40 bringing the heat.
And I saw a lot of Lions fans out there in the crowd. And the way even our fans on the ground react, they were like, yeah! They were all jumping up and down. That is to me, I really think that Penei Sewell is one of those generational players that, he can change the face of what we're doing as a Lions, at the organization. He fits what we want to do. We want to be smash mouth. We want to run the ball. And that's what we needed. I mean, even down to a lot of people started to pick an offensive lineman in those later mock drafts. The only people that weren't picking wide receivers is the guys that were saying that some of the linemen were going to be gone by the time we got there. So
this is interesting. Holmes could be the next mayor of Motown, but what about? I mean, I'm sorry, you got Steve Yzerman, and you've got the guy for the Pistons, whose name escapes me for some reason because I forget names. That's what I do.
Dude, if the Lions if he can turn the Lions into the winner, he's going to be the hottest thing in Detroit. He's going to be the hottest thing in Detroit. For real. Sewell was the epitome of the best player. You know what, North End Ken?
I agree.
100%, brother. That was definitely 9th pick of the second round. There will be some trade ups. Jenkins, Javonte Williams, Owen most likely will go and push some of good players down to us.
I think Owen's gone.
Yeah,
right on that.
I
could be wrong on that.
I'll pull it up. Gotta keep talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. If he can be an All-Pro for 10 years, it was a great pick. I think he's going to be a monster.
You know,
there was one guy that said he's the only guy that could be a surefire Hall of Famer out of this entire draft.
And the entire draft class. Wow. Now that's something. That's saying something.
A lot of fans pissed that we passed on Justin Fields. He went to Chicago, who is Val's team. You know, any comments on Justin Fields?
She's tired of talking about
she's done talking, I guess.
I don't have a problem with the Bears picking Justin Fields. I really don't. I think we need all the quarterbacks we can get. Unfortunately, we are not addressing this O-line, and I don't understand why.
Jason Owen did go. He went to Baltimore with the 31st pick in the first round.
That's what I thought. Oh, Holmes said in his press conference, the pick was, and I've seen this too, Sewell and another player at Sewell's position. That's probably Slater, and a player that was already taken.
Probably Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Duck's not gone. No, he is not.
No, he is not.
That's interesting to me too. There's JMO's channel. If you guys go over and subscribe to JMO's channel, we are going to be on his channel tonight with the DSA, and that is the link. So just copy and paste that link, and then you can get onto JMO's channel for tonight. Yeah. The festivities start at 7 o'clock tonight. We will be there. Hope you will join us.
Yes, we do. Now, the one thing that was interesting about he says he'd be governor.
He'd be governor.
Yeah. The one thing I would say that was interesting about Penei Sewell is that he grew up a Lions fan.
Yeah,
he grew up a Lions fan. I mean, he's like Calvin Johnson was one of his favorite players, and Javed Best. So he was a Lions fan. So it was destiny, baby, that he come and play for the Honolulu Blue and Silver. It was written in the cards that he was coming to Detroit. Justin Fields may be sort of a project.
I think we got to build the rest of the team first. That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Yeah. The thing I saw last night, and if you go check it out, Dan Orlovsky did a great breakdown of the quarterbacks in the draft, and he said the issue is that he has a hitch in his throw. And he puts his arm is his
very far back.
Yeah, like far back, and his elbows out, and it's like the way his arm sits is going to be maybe an issue for him. And maybe he can fix his mechanics. Fix his mechanics in the NFL. It's not going to be something that it won't happen if they push him out there too fast.
I'll tell you what, we got the guy we want. Hopefully it works. Now let's help that defense. I agree with you, but the defensive draft is going to be much better next year. We have more picks next year. Yep. I'm just saying you can't build it in a year, but look, if we build that offensive line with young guys that can grow with the team, holy cow, this is going to be a good team. I just want a playoff win too. I do. I agree with you, North End Kent.
Yeah, for real. Atlanta got the dumbest franchise in football.
taking Pitts. I don't know. He's gonna be good though.
No, that guy's one of those generational guys. He's there at 4. Yeah, I don't think you can pass that guy up.
JMO says, I honestly hate the Bears getting him. He's gonna be good. I can't disagree with you, man. It bothered me they traded up to get him. I was hoping it would be New England, somebody else, but it had to be the Bears.
I was cool with that.
Well, that's okay because the Bears are it's where quarterbacks go to die. Without, like I said, without the O-line, Bears fans have been trolling to get them to pay attention to the fact that we need an O-line, and
This is something Steve-O was saying this, and I thought this too. Penei Sewell could have probably been an all-pro defensive tackle. He looks like he's playing defense when he's blocking. You know what? I thought the same thing, and he ran a 5.09 as an offensive lineman. This guy is quick, agility, 331 pounds, 6'5", and he can run like that.
Did you see him make
I thought a 3-technique defensive tackle. I really did. Actually, I agree with you. I saw that as well.
Yeah, they showed him making a tackle on a guy
corner.
The interception. He laid that dude out. I was like,
dang,
man, possibly 11 picks next year. Ooh. I'll take all those 11 picks next year if we can get them. Cards front seven's going to be good. Oh, Cardinals definitely getting who did they pick up? I forget the defensive player they picked up in the first round. Definitely is going as a linebacker. Was it Collins in the first round that they got?
Who got him?
The Cardinals. Was it the Cardinals? Yeah, the Cardinals got Zaven Collins, and they got Simmons from last year. I mean that front seven. Then you bring in JJ Watt and all those guys. So they are going to be good. What's your thoughts on Holden, linebacker Mizzou? There's times he looked like a missile. I mean, I don't know much about him. I don't never watch about Holden as a linebacker. Don't. Big West Kevin says he agrees with you, Val. And he says Bears will ruin Fields.
Absolutely,
this is so much fun. You guys are rocking it today. The next two picks might go defense. Next pick, I agree with you, or wide receiver. I wanted Zaven Collins. You and me both.
Yeah, brother. I did too. There's a good guard in Illinois, 6 foot. As a guard, center, 4th or 5th round.
4th or 5th round. You know what? We do need a backup guard / center because we don't have a backup center at this point.
We do.
The Ole Miss wide receiver would be a good pick.
Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore. Yeah. There is a lot of damn Val, your mic's high and loud. Wow.
I'm sorry. We are so far behind in the chat right now.
I'm just naturally a loudmouth anyway. Plus, my computer's having issues. I'm sorry. So if I'm a little loud, that's just
that is her. Man. That is her. Can't wait till Hank Fraley gets his hands on Sewell.
He said he's
preaching
thing
to the choir here, man.
Yep.
Let him know, Curt. Let him know.
Yeah, Hank Fraley. I said this before. That was one of the biggest moves the Lions could do. Is go out and make sure they brought, because he had an interview somewhere else and they're like, nah, you got to stay here. He came back to the fold, and I love the fact that the offensive line has that talent. I mean, look at that. Think about this. Look at you got Taylor Decker, you got Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, and Penei Sewell, and whoever the hell they're throwing at right guard, probably Big V.
Right now.
I mean, 4 of the 5 guys right there are just big, nasty
Levi
guys.
says, so hyped, finally finished the O-line. I am not sure we're finished. I still think we need a right guard, and Big V can go somewhere else.
Right. I don't think they're finished.
But with that contract, he's going to be in Detroit for at least one more year.
Right.
Yeah. Fields.
Who are you thinking we pick it at 41? This is an interesting question.
Okay. I mean, look at my big board.
It depends on who's there. I mean, we got 8 picks. Jabril Cox is an option for me.
I would definitely
Jock, I think is going to be gone.
I think I would like Jabril Cox there for the Lions. I would like him there at that because I know Jamin Davis is already gone as well. Those are my kind of like 2 individuals that I would like to see right there. Just to be honest, if we go offense, there's a lot of guys that fits our need right there. I mean, Terrence Marshall, Rondale Moore.
There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of good wide receivers that are still left in this draft. If we can sit and hold tight, I'm gonna tell you a guy he's not too far from a Devontae Smith. Demonte Brown out of the University of North Carolina. I've watched him play several times down here. The guy is quick as a hiccup. he can create separation. So, you know, that may be one of those third round wide receivers we can pick up, and he can get him on the cheap and on the low.
Yeah, Old Timer Dave says, let's touch on this topic a little bit. Rodgers isn't getting traded, y'all. Sorry to disappoint. There was a story that came out yesterday about Aaron Rodgers saying that he will not play for the Green Bay Packers again. Now, I haven't heard anything specifically from Aaron Rodgers. We haven't heard anything else. The Green Bay Packer organization came out and said, no, this is not happening. We are not trading Aaron Rodgers. And there was another story that came out today about the San Francisco 49ers GM. He actually made a call to them, and they said they were not trading him. So I think that puts that to bed. Now, will Aaron Rodgers play in 2021? That's another question. I think they work it out. I think A-Rod is there to stay.
Think so. I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm kind of a little iffy on that. I ain't gonna be lying to you. If he leaves, I'm good. If he get himself out of here, I'm straight.
I'm in agreement with both Jay.
Gone. No, bye. Doodle-doo.
I'm in agreement with J-Mo and Steve-O here that Fields is going to be a good quarterback, but the Bears have a terrible offensive line. If they don't address that, it's going to be a tough day for him in his first year.
Yeah, all he's going to do is
he's mobile. He's got a good arm. His mechanics are good. I don't think they're bad. Everybody was putting him down. I think he was really good.
Yeah,
so
I just don't. To me, to be honest with you, and I've said this several times, I've never trusted Ohio State quarterbacks for some reason. It's just me. I know he went to Georgia first, and then he went to Ohio State. It's just something for me. I just don't trust. I don't trust Alabama quarterbacks either. So that's just me. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, he could break the curse.
We could call us the International House of Pancakes.
Not the IHOP. Not IHOP.
IHOP Detroit. I like that comment.
Yeah,
that was from John Townsend. Home of pancakes, and I just thought of IHOP. We got so many comments. We're trying to we're going to put them up there for you. We can't comment on every single one. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Rodgers to the Saints. Rodgers ain't going anywhere, I don't think. Don Burry says Packers have one of the greatest QBs in our division for 15 years and won one Super Bowl. Division titles. Yeah, I think many people overreact over Fields' pick. He fell for a reason. I'm not sure about that.
Here's the deal. His success is going to be, like Val says, what the Bears do to address their offensive line. If they don't address their offensive line correctly, it's going to be it could be a quick and short career for him in Chicago, just because of the fact that, you know, he's a runner, so he's going to have to be running for his life all the time.
Absolutely.
Get Rodgers out of our division, please, and thank you, football gods.
Yeah, yeah. Get the boogeyman somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not gonna be good to have Fields out there who could do everything under the sun, but ends up on his rear end and it gets a boo boo just like Foles. So,
yeah, I actually do believe Fields is going to be a good quarterback. And I didn't like it that the Bears went and got him. No offense, but I didn't. Swift and Williams are going to be a crazy running back duel. You watch now. Nobody's going to be able to key on one side. This is one of the other things that people didn't realize about getting Penei Sewell. They could key on one side because we would run the ball to the left all the time because of Ragnow and Decker and Jonah Jackson. Now they're not going to know which side we're going to run to.
Yeah, I mean, and we did run it to the right some last year, but most of the bigger explosive runs were to the left side. Oh, no love for Andy Dalton.
No. Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
Body duty. Nope.
Any sleepers in the draft that we want? I don't know. It's only going to be day 2.
Nico Collins is my sleeper.
But is he a sleeper though? I don't know if he's a sleeper.
Nobody's even talking about him on the national stage.
They're not. We are.
We talking about him on the national
We're
stage,
somebody, man.
Yeah, we're somebody, but on the national stage, I'm talking. No one's talking about Nico Collins, so that's why I'm saying he's a sleeper.
Jabal's gonna run wild on Green Bay. I hope so.
No
excuses with Goff with this offensive line. He still needs weapons.
He ain't got nobody. He ain't got nobody to throw the ball to down the field. Hopefully they can learn how to catch between now and the season starts.
Yeah, we got 3 picks today. 3 picks. So let's see. You know what? And the one thing I'm so happy about, Holmes is the guy who gets the late round picks right.
Yeah,
we already
he
nailed
is.
the first pick, and I just can't wait. This team
Man,
is starting to
did you hear-
excite me.
Michael Harris said, "Well, you hit 1 for 1 on your first draft," but I'm like, dude, you giving him. I mean, but most people have given him an A+ for that pick. Logan Stenberg is not ready to play at right guard at all.
Not yet. And
they got to fix his bend. If his bend doesn't improve here quickly, he's not going to be in the league. Yeah, hey Val, that's for you.
At least the Bears didn't pick Mac Jones, or any tight end whatsoever.
But Mac Jones is the one player that got in the system where he can succeed. He goes into Tom Brady's old system that fits his skill set. And no other really Alabama quarterback has really came out and went to a system that fits them.
What I'm most happy about for both the Bears and the Lions is neither one of us picked Micah Parsons.
That is one of the good things.
Oh my good! But you know what though? He went to where that team does that. They take people who've had some character concerns. They've done that for years. Jerry Jones is not one to back away from a player that has some character issues off the field. He's never been one to shy away from those guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments coming through. You like Nico over the wide receiver from North Carolina. You're in Carolina. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I do. I like because Nico is bigger. Yo,
Luke
it's
G.
What up, though?
The man, the
Luke
myth,
G.
the legend. Luke G's field review is in the building, folks.
Don't be
if you're out there, absolutely. if you're able to pop on with us, if you can, I sent you a link. Our offensive line is good. Here he is, Luke G joining us right now. What's up, Luke?
G in the building, baby.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
House.
Man, listen, I'm listening. I literally got a few minutes. I'm in between some cases, but I got a few.
Let's not catch any now.
Man, listen, I know, right?
Give us your synopsis of the pick, man. That's what we want to know. How did you feel about the pick last night?
It's 100% home run out of the park, out of the city, out of the damn state, and across the country and out of the country. It's this. I'm irritated and agitated because I'm gonna go live later on and talk about it, but I'll talk about it a little bit here. I'm irritated and agitated at our media's coverage of this and their attitude when you have articles that say things like this old way of thinking and it's all this stupid stuff that they're saying, and you look up and it's like, oh, you universally praise Ozzie Newsome in 1996 for taking Jonathan Ogden at fourth overall. Oh, but they were taking him to be a left tackle. What? The guy is 21. We gonna get more years out of that guy than we would out of anybody else. And then you have a fan base. I saw the world's stupidest video today. I don't want to say he's dumb. I'm just going to say stupid because sometimes stupid just simply means you were ignorant and didn't know. But he insinuated that Samoans, and I don't know how racist this is, but he insinuated that Samoans don't do well in the NFL. Like,
oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Are you?
Hey, I got a nickname for our new guy, Luke. He's the Samoan Smasher.
He's freaking. Listen, I don't even care. Our new guy to me is simply the future. It's the future, and it should be something that most fans should be excited about. All we have ever heard for 157,000 years is how we've never had an offensive line.
You're right.
We've never had it. Now we got it.
We said it here.
Give me a minute. We got old timer Dave has joined us too. He's a Green Bay Packers fan, but he's an awesome individual. I just wanted to say he was in the building.
Listen, I can't believe y'all got Dave to come on. And not only come on, Dave came in there with the Green Bay Packer hat on and on screen for us. Shout out to my man Dave.
Yes, I love Dave.
Hey. Old timer Dave.
Hello, everybody.
Down, man. And he was with us late into the night last night. He was there all the way through after midnight. All the old guys were holding it down last night. But that pick for us, Luke G. And I see people, oh man, we passed on Fields. That wasn't the right pick for us.
It wasn't the right pick. It wasn't the right pick for the Bears.
No.
I won't argue that point, Luke.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And then you see all these people And the one individual that really irritates my soul is Carlos over there at Detroit Free Press, saying that
he's a moron.
He said that passing up on Devontae Smith, we're going to have echoes of regret like we did with Eric Ebron, and passing up Aaron Donald. That is not even the same universe. Thank you, music musings. Woo! Thanks for the company. We appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. Really
thank you. That was awesome. Hey, Luke, I wanted to ask you one question before you got to go. What do you see for today at today's 3 picks?
Linebackers, safety, receiver.
Yep.
Do
you got any favorites?
In terms of the line, I think the first pick it's gonna boil down to if Jock falls to them at pick 41, aka the 9th pick in the 2nd round, they'll take him. They'll take the linebacker. But if he's not there, they'll take the safety, probably Richie Grant.
I like Richie Grant. Actually,
I just think if you're looking for somebody who can play in the box, they'll go in that route. And then in the 3rd round, they'll just say, okay, we got other linebackers we can take. We'll take one of those linebackers, but I think they'll probably go linebacker, receiver in that order. Now, I could be wrong, but I know that what they're doing is still following that sensible, logical, smart decision making.
I agree with you, Luke. I had the same 3 positions on my board. I just had safety in the 3rd round. I had a wide receiver in the next round coming up here, or a linebacker, depending on who's there.
Yeah,
I mean, I still think they can wait a little bit more for the receiver, but if they took one in the 2nd round, I guess I'm going to also weigh it against who's on the board and who I probably couldn't get later. But again, it makes a difference in that case. Like I said, I've been pissing off fans since last night. I have.
You don't do that, do you?
I've been pissing them off. I really have. I mean, you're talking about. I made a few Green Bay Packers fans mad because they basically went off and was saying how Aaron Rodgers, they didn't give him no help, and they said they was like, look at this dumb thing right here. It was some kind of post that was made on Twitter where it says the last few picks from 2012 to now that the Packers have made for Aaron Rodgers, and they was like, look, 2012 DN, DB, safety, D tackle, cornerback, linebacker, quarterback to replace Rodgers, and cornerback. And I said, you know what? Y'all not going to play with me today. Y'all not going to upset me with this dumb stuff. Aaron Rodgers has been given multiple weapons, and he has not lived up to his end of the deal. And at the end of the day, I said, y'all not going to convince me he ain't had no weapons. His receiving core has consistently, from the time he's taken over in 2008 until now, has been stout. He has always had running backs. He's had tight ends. They literally have drafted over 20 offensive linemen to protect that man. They've given that man over 20-some receivers and tight ends to help him out. They've given that man Heisman Trophy running backs and everything, and then defensive help. And the only thing that has come out of it is him constantly complaining, asking for more money, and trying to get mad about it. Then I turned around and pissed off a few more people. Right?
And to be fair, most of the problems
question here.
were not with offense.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Most of the problems weren't with the offense. The defense cost us a lot of the games.
Right.
Our defense sucked really bad for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, dude, I ticked off the Bears fan too. I know I'm going to piss off Vail because Vail, your Bears made a mistake. Okay.
Absolutely.
She believes you.
She agrees with you on that one.
Wait, Vail agrees with me?
Yes,
she does.
I do. I just said earlier, I said they made the same mistake that they have repeatedly done in the past by going for the bright, shiny object without addressing the O-line.
Dude, listen. I called her, dude, how you know? This is how you know she a side.
No, I call everybody dude.
But
I am not timing anyone out, Dolo Dynamite. We are fighting bots here. And
it's YouTube bots, Dolo.
It's not us, man.
It is not us. Trust me, it's not us.
The crazy thing is this. I had a friend who's a Bears, and I go, dude, I said, the Bears really messed up. And he says, why? He said, why are you praising New England, but you're talking bad about the Bears and the 49ers? And I said, you gave up all that draft capital to put him where? Behind that same offensive line? That line That line that had Mitchell Trubisky running for his life, you gave up all that draft capital. I said, here go the worst part of it. And then you come out and announce that Andy Dalton's the starter. Why did you trade up to take him? I said the difference between what the Packers did and what you did was the Packers said, I'm going to sit here and see what falls to me. And whatever falls to me, I'm going to take. I said they would have been better served taking some offensive line help to help them and then just saying, you know what, in the second round, we're going to do it. I said, but not only did this reek, it just reeked to me.
But if you look back at it, Luke, it's the exact same mistake from a few years ago. When we drafted, I don't know, or we signed on, I don't know remember his name, and he was cost us so much money.
Mike Glennon.
Glennon, yeah, and we benched him game 2. Yeah. But we traded up for Trubisky, but threw away a bunch of picks. Then it's the same type of scenario.
I got to read this. This is funny. Someone said there's so many holes with the Lions, you can't make a bad pick. Someone hasn't been watching for the last 10 years. No,
they clearly hasn't, but it's one of the things I'm surprised that Vail agrees with me because like I said, I ticked off a few Bears fans. They requested that the channel I was on block me because I told them, I said,
that's not happening here, people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just told him, what's going on, Jack Frost? I just told him the truth, and I just said, listen, I said, at the end of the day, I said, you gave up future draft capital for a head coach and a general manager who is basically on a hot seat, and you gave up all that draft capital, and if this doesn't work or pan out, it ain't gonna make a difference. And the guy responded to me and said, but we were a playoff team last year. I said, right, because they added a 7th playoff team. So if they didn't add the 7th playoff team, you were not a playoff team.
Exactly. And most Bears fans don't believe that. I mean, honestly, look, if you go and check out Bears social media channels, we have been trolling them for over a couple years now. Every post just on their rear end about this whole situation. I mean, Payson, we don't understand why Payson and Nagy are here. They should have been fired long ago. Phillips should have been gone already. And basically, Hallis Jr. there basically gave a big FU at the end of the season to all the fans. So we're not happy.
Yeah, so I want to get old timer Dave in here real quick. What do you think about the Bears trading up and giving up another first round pick next year to get Justin Fields? What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, they gave up way too much. I got to agree with Val. They needed to address the offensive line the same way the Lions did. They need to address the offensive line. You got to walk before you can run. If you can't protect that quarterback, I don't care who it is, you can't. You're not going to win games.
Exactly. Right. We would make Tom Brady look like a rookie.
Facts. The scary part is this. It's the scariest part of it all. And I like I said, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you crazy?" I just want to give y'all some quick rundowns. And I know this has no bearing, but it's damn scary. These are the quarterbacks. These are the quarterbacks who was drafted from Ohio State into the NFL. Art Schitler. I probably pronounced his name wrong.
I know. I think you got it right.
Mike Tomahasi. Let's see. Tom Tupa, Kent Graham, Bobby Hoying, Joe Germain, Craig Grinsell. I probably pronounced his name wrong too. Troy Smith, Tyrell Pryor, Cardale Jones, Dwayne Haskins, and now this dude. From 1982 to 2019, all these dudes have bummed out. And you went and took this guy. You took this guy and didn't give him no protection or anything like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's the same. I remember watching the Lions' terrible defense make Trubisky run, which is why I was like, I would rather anybody else play us besides him because he can run. And I'm saying, you're going to have a guy with his head cut off running around. So yeah, I think they made a mistake. I'm happy the Lions is there to take advantage of that mistake because not only did they do this, they basically blew it because if they fired their head coach and general manager, they have no first round pick next year. So yay,
right.
Bears.
Well, PC Payload's saying that the Bears drafting Fields was a desperation move for the management to keep their jobs.
Yep,
If
it
I was
is.
a fan, I'd be mad too. Now, I kind of almost disagree with it. This is not Fields being a desperation move for the management to keep their jobs. This because basically they've already told the fans "F you." They've already got their. So no, this is 100%, 100,000% on Nagy. Nagy wants to get rid of the monsters of the Midway and make the Bears an all offensive scheme.
Listen,
So
I can't argue with that. I just think
he wants to come to the Chiefs of the Midwest.
When he came in, he promised that the number one thing that he was going to do was fix the QB situation. So this is on him to save his own rear end. This has nothing to do with the rest of the management. This is on him.
plus
that doesn't work.
He's done a really good job of that because you look at Trubisky, Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, and now Justin. He has really, really turned over. He's done an excellent job of fixing the quarterback position in Chicago. You know, kudos to him. We appreciate you.
Curt, I want you to talk just briefly. I'm sorry, but we got to put this in here, and I'm going to put this link in the chat right now.
Okay. All right.
We're talking about autism awareness this month, and if you could take that over for a little bit.
Okay. Now, guys know that April was Autism Awareness or Acceptance Month, and I wore autism awareness shirts the whole month on every show in April, except for last night for the draft. I wore the draft shirt, but today is the last day, and I wanted to shout out Autism on the Seas. Now, here the link is there. Autism on the Seas provides services for families with special needs. It's not just autism. They just started out with autism, but you can go on vacation. You can book your vacation through them. They have activities for the kids. They do respite care for children and adults. So, I mean, you can go and book a vacation through them and you can get some great care. It basically makes your vacation for you and your special needs loved one very nice and very enjoyable. They do a wonderful job of taking care of the special needs individuals. It doesn't matter what their special need is, but they started out with autism and they expanded. Like you said, it's for kids and adults. So, I mean, they provide respite care. They provide excursions and all type of different activities while on vacation. It's not just cruises because they do. That's what their primary is, but they do resort stays, Disney, all-inclusive resorts. So go over there and check them out. Autism on the Seas. The owner, Mike Sewell, over there does a great job with his staff, helping special needs families take vacations. As a special needs parent myself, I understand it seems that it can be a hard choice I can't do things with my child because he's special needs. No. Him or her special, you can go on vacation, you can enjoy yourself, you can have fun, and you can have memories that will last a lifetime. And I have a testimonial over there on that website. The individual, the staff got my son to go in the ocean for the first time in probably about 6-7 years. And he loves the water, and he's back playing in the water like he did when he was a little bitty dude. So go over there and check him out. Autism on the Seas. It's a great program over there. It is like a type of a travel agency with travel services, but the services they provide, it is awesome.
Thank you for that, Curt. I know it's Autism Awareness Month, and that's why we wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. But I got some questions. Somebody said they missed you last night. It was Dr. Detroit. Luke, if you could repeat that for Dr. Detroit, who do you want in the second round?
Linebacker or safety. And then in the third round, you can go pretty much receiver and whatever else. But linebacker or safety is number one, in my opinion, because those are our biggest needs. We need a safety bad, and we need linebackers bad. So linebacker, safety, then round 3, go receiver. And then at that point, it's basically you giving me my talent. So that's what I would go with in that regard.
There's a lot of good receivers that's going to make it to fall into the third round.
Dude, listen, the draft is set up so beautiful it's crazy how they're going to be able to still get a lot of their talent. Like Darden is a good receiver. Amir Smith, Marcet is another good receiver. Marquez, Stevenson is another good receiver. You literally are going to have options to grab this talent. And so far, our front office has consistently built up my confidence in what they're doing because they're handling their business. They're not playing this game. Brad Holmes himself basically uttered the exact words that I said, and I don't know that man, which is I have a chance to complete the group and get a generational talent. Yeah, it don't seem flashy, but he is very flashy. Trust me.
Yeah, I heard that last night on the press conference. That was a big. He said he is sexy. He's a sexy pick for us. So
right.
I mean,
right.
I mean, but you look at that. I mean, he is a flashy player for offensive. I mean, you look at his tape. The dude just moves with his quickness and his footwork. I mean, he doesn't move like a guy who's 330 pounds and over 6'5". I mean, he just doesn't. I mean, the guy is a beast. He's a freak of nature, and he's going to be a generational talent that can be in Detroit for a long time.
Yeah, it's one of them things where I just look at the potential of this team this year, and I'm telling you, if you sitting up there, and you got Fields on that board, and you got Devontae Smith on that board, and then you got Sewell and Slater on that board. I'm telling you that the reality is you get more wins with Sewell. You just do.
It's easy. That was a no-brainer pick. I mean,
it was.
I mean, like I said, we said earlier, we celebrated when we were on the live with the guys over at Belly Up when we saw Jalen Waddle go to Miami because we already knew who the pick was. I mean, I think Brashad Perriman, he can't catch, but he probably ran that card up to the table real fast to the commissioner.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed, man.
He was on a go route to Roger Goodell last night with that card.
And you know what? One of the questions I'm going to ask on my show today, and I'm curious to hear what you all think, including Old Timer Dave, is when the Lions selected Sewell as that pick, whether it was Sewell or Slater, regardless, when they selected that offensive lineman at that pick, did you guys get a sense that was a draft pick that was more about Jared Goff, or did you get a sense that was a draft pick more about the future of this team, not Jared Goff?
Oh, we had this argument last night.
Oh, yeah, we had this was going big last night.
Argument last night. That is a total team pick. That is a team pick. That he is a person who can be in Detroit forever. You can pluck Jared Goff out of the situation and plug in a quarterback with that in that offensive line, and he's going to succeed with that offensive line. It doesn't matter. You build the offensive line for any quarterback that's back there or any running back that's back there because you want to have a strong foundational base for your offense, which is an offensive line.
This is building the
Tim
team.
Boyle will look good back there behind that offensive line.
Oh, yeah. This is building a team. We can get the shiny objects later, but we need that stout offensive line. Look at who we got. We picked DeAndre Swift, second round last year. This benefits him. We got Jamal Williams from Green Bay. It benefits him. I mean, we have a tight end that's a blocking tight end now. Look at what we put together in one off season just for the running game and just for keeping Jared Goff upright, and then the eventual person that's going to take over for him. I do not think that Jared Goff is going to be here longer than 3 years. That's my take. But you never know. If he balls out, well, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care how we win. Let's just win.
If he has even if he has 65 to 70% of the success he has in LA, that puts us in a better position going forward.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people who really kept telling me, "Oh, this is a pick for Goff," and I'm like, "No, a Goff pick would have been getting a receiver, which is what the Bengals did." But you know what? You're going to get to see in real time the reality of, I don't even got to say in real time because we've seen it before. We've had Calvin Johnson, we've had Roy Williams. We've had every other receiver you can name. We've had Old Timer Dave at receiver. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. The logic behind it just didn't work. And I thought that taking this was more about the team versus it being about the quarterback. So I got to get out of here because I got to go and run.
Thank you for joining us. You know what, Luke? Why don't you say your final thoughts and then give out your channel so that people can go over there and subscribe if they haven't already?
100%. Obviously, I'm Luke G from Luke G's Field Review. It's a channel that talks all things Detroit Lions. We are all one Detroit Pride Nation. We are basically the Detroit Sports Alliance. And my final thoughts is this: if you hate this pick, go back and I want you to sit in that emotion of hating this pick. And remember, you hated the pick of Frank Ragnow, and now you love it. It's okay. Sometimes you're not going to get what you want, but you get what you need. And the reality is if you love this pick, then welcome to the world of red pill takers, because those who understand, who are woke and see what's going on, they're excited. And those who don't, you're probably missing out for a number of reasons, because you're just refusing to accept the fact that the old way of thinking would be to take the skill player in the top 10, which is something that we have done for the past 35 years before we took that guy yesterday. So my thing, I like to end every show on a positive note, and today's positive quote comes from my son. Dad, you're a rock star because you're my dad. And to a lot of you people out there, you are rock stars to somebody. It is not because you did something for them or because you came up with some great way of helping them and supporting them. It was just because you are who you are and they love you. And you need to reciprocate that right back to them and let them know they're rock stars by simply giving them a phone call and saying you rock. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I always end every show with, don't be no chump. Please do your research. Ladies and gentlemen, I am out.
Take care, Luke.
Yes, sir.
For those that don't know, all of the DSA members, their links are down in the description as well.
Yep.
Check down there. Every one of them are down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the over under on how many 100-yard games we get this year? And I think he's talking about running back 100-yard games.
It went up now.
It went up now.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I think we get 5.
Yeah.
It's out of 17. So, I mean,
out of 17,
I'm not sure we're there yet, but
I'd say about 7.
Getting there. About 7.
I'd give about 7. It's still under 50%. So
yeah,
7.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can't be 500 this year. You're going to be winning or losing.
What do you think, old timer Dave? Because you're the outside looking in type person, just like Val is. What do you think about that? Do you think we're going to have how many 100-yard games do you think we get with this offensive line?
Well, considering it takes a little bit of time for them to mesh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm going to say probably around that 4 or 5 area.
That's what I was thinking, about 5. Yeah.
And I might sound like a homer saying this, but I don't know if it's going to be from Swift. I think you're going to see Jamal Williams go up.
I like Jamal Williams a lot. I do. I like DeAndre Swift though too. Don't get me
wrong. I can't argue that point, but I think that Jamal Williams is going to bring something to that running back room that you haven't had in there for a while.
I don't give a damn who it is, as long as they as long as it's as long as they running the ball successfully, I can care less.
And it isn't about 100-yard games either.
Yeah, it
isn't. You can be effective running the ball. Yep. You still open up the passing game. And as long as you got somebody who can hang on to the football when they throw it, it's thrown to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's questionable.
And it keeps that sorry defense on the sidelines as well. It keeps that defense that has so many holes in it on the sideline.
Now, we're not saying we think we're going to win a lot of games next year, because I still don't think we will.
This
is a build. It's not, you can't just get one piece and say, oh, we're done. Come on, guys.
It'd be like, get someone off the stands to run the ball.
Music says,
hey, I know. Hey, long as they can hit the hole, you know what I'm saying? We good. They give me 4 yards to carry. I'm straight.
Luke G says he's still listening, but he had to get back to work, man.
Thanks,
we just appreciate you showing up for us, man.
Luke.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Jim, could you put Steve-O's last comment back up on the screen?
There you go.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people say this.
Yep, me too.
And yeah, I see your point. But once again, I've got to go back to the fact, if you can't protect that franchise quarterback, you aren't going to win anyway. All you're going to have is more hurt quarterbacks. Yeah. That's part of the reason that Stafford got hurt so often, is because you couldn't protect him.
Right.
Well, yeah, like I was saying last night, you take a look at how the quarterbacks have been doing in the NFC North. You have Aaron Rodgers sitting there taking 7 steps back, drinking a cup of coffee, checking out the field about 3 or 4 times before he gets to throw the ball.
I was saying last night it wasn't coffee. He was drinking that 4 fingers of tequila.
Look at this. Curt can throw the ball behind that offensive line. Plenty of time. I love this here. It says a Bears fan saying they go win the North after Justine Fields pick. Justine, come on.
I don't know what Bears fans you're talking to, but it ain't me.
Here's the deal, Steve.
You're right, Don Bird. Okay. Fields is not going to be an Aaron Rodgers.
No, he will not.
Here's the deal. What teams have whiffed more often than not by trading up for a quarterback. Think about this. They haven't. Think about how many players let's say in the last even the 6 years. You just don't have that. Where the quarterbacks, the guys they've traded up, have succeeded. You just look at it; it just hasn't happened. Jared Goff not on the Rams anymore. You look at Trent Trubinsky not on the Bears anymore. You got what's the young fella that's just left the Eagles? He's in the Colts now.
Carson Wentz.
They traded up to get him. He's not on that squad anymore. More often than not, the quarterbacks that go up to get traded for aren't on that team anymore. I mean, so it's more of a miss than it is a hit when you trade up to get a quarterback.
Yeah, was there like 4 of them this year that were we're no longer there that were picked?
Yeah, it was like 4 of them just this year alone that left that team that they got traded up for. Those 4 individuals, Donald, Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, and Mitchell Trubisky, all were traded up for, and they're not on their team anymore.
Look at this. Old timer Dave is the GOAT.
He is.
He's just
saying that because of the gray beard.
Hey, I got one too, baby.
I'm hoping that's not what they were saying that for.
Nice look. You rocking it well. That's now, what I'm talking about.
Steve-O, understand something. When you say the Bears made the playoffs with that O-line, they fell into the playoffs with that O-line.
They backed up into that one. They
got handed a gift.
Yeah, exactly.
They backed into the playoffs.
They did not.
Old timer Dave, here's something for you. Now the Packers generally they build their offensive line through later round draft picks. Is that kind of correct? And they kind of grow them that way.
Yes, they do. There is no high picks. 3rd, 4th, 5th, undrafted.
Yeah.
And we've come out of it with the number 1 left tackle in the league.
Yep.
We had the number 1 center in the league.
They had Bakhtiari, who's the left tackle.
Our right tackle was probably ranked in the top 3 or 4 before he left and went to San Diego. It's not all about the number 1 picks. Because believe me, we've had our share of failures. Yeah,
many teams build their teams in that later round, mid to late rounds anyway. But what do you think about the departures? You guys had a lot of people leave your offensive line this offseason, didn't you guys?
Well, no, not really. Basically, the only 2 that left was Lane Taylor, and he went to Houston. And then Corey Lindsley, our center, but there's no way we could afford to pay him what he was getting there. We knew that was coming. He was worth what San Diego paid him.
I thought you guys had a 3rd player leaving the offensive line.
No, well, we did. We actually cut him, if I remember right. We used Rick Wagner.
He sucked for us.
He played pretty well for us, to be honest with you. I can't argue with what he did, but once again, we go back to the cap and the way it is this year. There's just no money.
Right.
I don't know how we're going to pay these people we're drafting, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, Steve-O does know football, though. I'm going to tell you that guy's right up. But he said there's another team that moved up from 20 to 11 to take a quarterback. It was the Chiefs. They took Patrick Mahomes. Don't give me that history. It goes both ways. It really does. It really does.
It does. But by the same token, Kansas City had already put an offensive line in place before they did that.
Exactly.
They did. They had an offensive line that was in place.
Yeah.
Same with the Ravens. They had an offensive line in place before they drafted Lamar Jackson.
You don't put a big screen TV out on the middle of a field unless you build your foundation and your walls and your roof first, and build your house.
We all know Mahomes sat for a year, but he sat for a year behind a quality veteran quarterbacks, and then they had an offensive line. You can't just get a quarterback and think he's going to succeed right away when you don't have the foundation to keep that guy clean in the pocket and give him a chance to succeed with a good offensive line.
Well, and Steve-O had another good point there. Mahomes sat for a year, and Fields is not Mahomes. And that's what everybody's looking for. Everybody wants that Mahomes. They want that one person that's going to change their whole team around. And to all you Fields lovers that think he should have come to Detroit, it wasn't him here. Sewell was the pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to see the big difference.
Totally
They fail to see the fact that when these teams move up and get that guy who is the game changer, they've already built the trenches.
Yep.
Well, I hate saying this. We've been on for an hour and 11 minutes. We're going to be back on at 7 o'clock tonight. So to save my voice and to get myself some sleep, we're going to go to final thoughts right now. I'm sorry, guys. You just have to. Val, what's your final thoughts for today?
I'm just hoping that the Bears actually correct themselves and get an O-line up in here in the second and third round. If not, there's a cornerback I really like who's a mean mug, but I'm so excited for the Lions fans. I'm glad you finally, it seems like you're finally going in the right direction. Green Bay's going in the wrong direction. Sorry, old timer Dave, but it's a happy day all the way around for the
for the Bears fan. All right, old timer Dave. What are your
let me
final
pull this
thoughts
out.
for
Let me
today?
pull this out of my heart. Wait and see how the draft plays out, everybody. I think a lot of teams are going to be surprised at who goes where, what happens. And there may be 32 busts in the first round. We don't know how all this is going to play out. Everything has to have a chance. And for all of those that you're hoping that Rodgers is gone, he ain't going nowhere. He's either going to play or he's going to sit. Just that simple.
We hope he sits. It's just my personal.
I know. All you hope he sits.
What is a holdout, Alex? the Jeopardy question. What you got, Jim, for your final thoughts?
What was?
I'm just appreciative of old timer Dave coming to join us. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Old-timer.
It's so much fun. We have a Bears fan. We have a Packers fan on this show. It's really, really cool. But man, I thought we got it completely 100% right. I think we knocked it out of the park. I think that we're going to have to see. We got 3 picks in day 2. We'll be on tonight on 313 JMO's channel. And then on Saturday, we're going to be right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl for day 3. And so we're going to go through all that, have some fun. But you know what? That's my final thoughts. All love, guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Yes,
So,
thank you, family, for supporting us and being there for us every step of the way. We couldn't do all of this without you.
yes, we have 120 right now watching us live. We really appreciate you guys coming in and checking us out. And like Jim says, don't forget to come over and check us out with the DSA. Definitely for us, is going to be good to check out the second and third round for tonight. My final thoughts is that I love the pick with Penei Sewell. It's just awesome. So here, I believe that this will be a generational pick for us and going to build our offensive line for many, many years to come with Penei Sewell. I love the pick. I love the joy and exuberance that I saw last night in Detroit in that room.
Me too.
That's something that we haven't seen in Detroit in a very, very long time. Those guys are genuine and they're not afraid to be themselves. And they are smart and they're capable. And I just like that the direction that these guys are taking us just in the short time that they've been there. So with that being said, okay, it's Friday, the Free for All Friday. We always love to do it. You can check us out every Friday. We go live right here on our channel for lunchtime, Detroit Lions Talk, and we really appreciate you. And for the end of our Autism Awareness Acceptance Month, just be kind, people. If you can be in a world where you can be anything, choose to be kind and be accepting of others who are different from yourselves. And shout out to my son, Curtis William Steele III. I really appreciate my man. Hey, some people get to worship their heroes from afar. I got to raise mine. So go about your weekend because it's Friday, then it's Saturday, Sunday. What? Hey, it's the weekend, baby. Enjoy the rest of the draft. Check us out tonight. Check us out tomorrow. And Shawnee J and I will be bringing you our draft recap for the Die Hard Den podcast real soon. So check it out. It will be there next week. As you go about the rest of your weekend, you know what you got to do, baby. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, Jim, Val, and old timer Dave, the GOAT himself, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.